May 5th, 1821, Napoleon Bonaparte, the once mighty Emperor of France who commanded the Grande Armée, was dead. What were his last days like? What could a man who conquered nations been thinking while he sat alone in exile from the land he once called home? Did he think fondly about the smell of cannon fire or the chance of 10,000 men ready to die for him and France? In history, we look at the accomplishments of great heroes and monsters who once walked the ground we did. We analyze their writings to determine what they thought. We review their actions, oftentimes through the lens of one of their contemporaries, and we decide how this person will be remembered. Even then, Napoleon famously noted that history is a set of lies that people have agreed upon. A wise remark, but it's not surprising from a man who spent his life studying philosophy among other works. So can you imagine this highly intelligent and extremely arrogant person who once had ambitions of ruling Europe and beyond, stuck on an island, not knowing whether the same history he knows will lie, will remember him? Would they think of him a hero, or a monster, or not at all? The Prime Minister of England at the time, Robert Jenkinson, remarked that Napoleon's exile in St. Helena was perfectly suited, saying, "At such a place and such a distance, all intrigue would be impossible, and, being so far from the European world, Napoleon would soon be forgotten." He couldn't have been more wrong. His grand legacy cemented in astonishment, Napoleon's last days were anything but. It's well noted that he grew depressed and lonely even with his entourage. He was essentially cut off from the world on St. Helena, not allowed to read newspapers, forced to adhere to a curfew, and constantly under supervision from guards surrounding his residence at Longwood House. The world was so wary of Napoleon coming into power again that they ensured he didn't escape exile this time. But for a genius like himself, being stuck with little to do proved detrimental. Napoleon's last words were, "La France, l'armée, tête d'armée, Josephine," or France, the army, the head of the army, Josephine. I find it interesting that even on his deathbed, he never relinquished the title of being the head of the army in his own head. To me, it shows he wasn't completely defeated, and upon his final gaze into the abyss, he still commanded the armies of France. He was actually afforded a comfort I don't think many of us watching will get. He knew he was dying. In his final months, he made preparations. Suffering from stomach pains and failing health, he knew the end was near. To know death now held his hand as he walked the halls of his estate must have made it easier to accept. I imagine he remembered all the years of studying that led him to become the first emperor of France. Military victories, political chats over a warm fire, and of Josephine. Though their history was marked with scandal, he still loved her to his dying breath. All in all, Napoleon Bonaparte, who lived a life so mythical we continue to study his writings, accomplishments, and failures, finally rested. His life, to me, is a tale of ambition, to pursue the impossible even in the face of doom, to learn and learn and learn, and to stand firm in your own beliefs so that no one can question where your loyalties, convictions, and heart lie. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this, I hope you drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one.